Women Powering Change is an event that works passionately to create change. And joining us now to talk about that is Cinda Collins-Arsenault, founder of Girls Powering Change, and Rocio Duran, a committee member for the event. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us. It's wonderful to be here, Michelle.
Okay, so tell us about this event. It started small and it's grown so much.
It did, and it wasn't as small as I thought it was going to be, even at the beginning. It began in my backyard in 2013, and it came out of a conversation I had with a woman who was a banker, and she wanted her daughters to do some volunteer work with women and girls. So I took her about half a dozen brochures of different organizations, and she was amazed that all this was happening right here, in Colorado. And so that gave us this idea. She mentioned that so many of her colleagues and other professional women didn't have a sense of the broader things that women were doing all over the world. And so we decided to try to bring them together. So I invited a few nonprofits that I knew to my yard, and she invited a number of her friends, and magic began to happen. And it was only meant to be a one-time event, but so many people got back to me saying that they had found their passion and that they'd gotten new board members and groups began to collaborate. So I gave in and we did it a second year. And that time it grew even bigger. It was held in Denver at Redline. And then amazing other women stepped up and said, this needs to keep happening. And Rocio and many others, I have formed this steering committee and have made it happen ever since, except for the last 2 years. So we're so excited to be coming back now.
Right, the pandemic pushed it off, and now you'll be back in person, which will be great. Rocio, talk about the work that you do, being a committee member. I mean, over 100 Colorado organizations are a part of this.
Mm-hmm. It is beautiful to put together all these organizations when we are on the phone talking to them and they get excited because we are coming back. And this is about showcasing them. This is about highlighting all these organizations. There are amazing organizations creating so much powerful transformation that we don't know about. So this event is not just to show them, but to showcase them, but also to connect them, to get to know each other better and to help each other building better and more solid organizations. I don't know if you're familiar with the event, but we have people help women with organized organizations here in Colorado, around the world, doing amazing things, organizing events to change problems and issues in other countries. So it is so empowering to get together with these ladies and to get to know all the work that they are doing.
And Cinda, what kind of change are we talking about here?
Well, I think that, as Rocio mentioned, they're working on different issues. So the environment, immigration, poverty, war, peace. It's across the board that there is this kind of rising tide. And I think it's time that women are stepping up to say, we've kind of let men run things for a while, and we have things to add, value to add, and wanting to be a part of that. And it is happening.
I think when you first started out, you said that you found a lot of women who felt disconnected from their community, and now they're able to connect to that.
Yes, yeah. I think there are a lot of people. And, we've been locked up for a while. So it's like now we can kind of get out and get some new energy and see what's happening and get involved again and feel that connectedness to the rest of the world. And I think one important thing is just having hope that there are things happening, good things happening, and everyone can become a part of that.
Rocio, talk about the volunteers and how an important role they play in all of this.
We are all volunteers. So this is an event where around 50 people get together to put this event, to organize every detail. We start working like 4 months before the event, all volunteer based. And it is because we love it. We are passionate about this. We believe in the mission. And when we get to the event, all the volunteers, it is a party. It is a happy celebration that we made it, that we get to interact with these amazing organizations. That's part of our treat. to the volunteers and to all of us, because it is celebrating International Women's Day in a huge way.
Yeah, that is great. Oh, Cinda, you want to add something?
Well, we do need some more volunteers on the day of the event to help the exhibitors set up their tables. So you can sign up at womenpoweringchange.org, both to come and to help volunteer.
And of course, you were talking about the pandemic pushing things off for a couple of years. What COVID precautions will be in place since this is an in-person event at the McNichols building?
Since all the mask precautions were lifted, we don't require to wear masks or proof of vaccination. However, if you attending the event or being one of the members of one of the organizations, if you feel more comfortable wearing your mask, we are really open and willing to provide whatever you need. We will have hand sanitizer, masks for the people who wants to wear them. So we feel comfortable being together, coming back together.
What if you want to get involved, but you just don't know a focus yet? You don't know what you want to change. Do you need to know that before attending an event?
No, that's the beauty of the event is you can come and it's like a sampling. You go, to one group, they're working on anti-trafficking of women. You go to another group and they're working on healthcare. And so you find something that calls to your heart, and it's like, oh yes, this is an important thing. And so it's a welcoming opening to get involved in a lot of different ways.
Well, thank you, Cinda and Rocio. Thank you so much for talking with us about this event. It sounds great and really empowering women. So Women Powering Change is coming up on March 9th. Don't forget, from 4 to 7 at the McNichols Civic Center building. We've got more information, of course, on cbsdenver.com.